We are going to watch all of these galaxies coming out of the warp gate. Probably one of the only things that one of the iconic Planetside moments is seeing all these people leave. We'll see where they end up going. It looks like Higby, the creative director, has given us good luck. So we'll see where all of these galaxies are going to head out. I wonder, do you think they're heading to Nason's, or are they going to be heading to...
Ixtab. Ixtab has a bit of a galaxy swarm heading there.
Yeah? Alright, well, let's go check out Ixtab.
Several TR galaxies hovering over that base.
Yeah, I'm seeing probably a good 8 or 9 so far.
Got incoming VS galaxies as well. Sky whales, as they are called.
Well, you can hear the horn. We'll watch this for a minute.
Sky battle going on between galaxies. It's pretty amusing. See that too often.
Trying to get see if we can get a zone change for get us a day, so we're not actually seeing it at night. I'm gonna jump in here. Looks like
south.
I was gonna say there is a huge swarm at Ixtab South right now. I'm gonna check the map, see what is going on right now. We have a huge fight at Genesis Terraforming right now. Ixtab South.
2-minute notice on all call. All players are allowed to pull all vehicles. No more vehicle restrictions.
TR pulled a lot of Sunderers out of Ixtab South.
I wonder if they're going to be pulling those to Genesis Terraforming Plant. I'm going to head over to Genesis Terraforming Plant and see what's over there. I think we'll probably see a lot. We will probably see quite a bit of this base because it is probably the linchpin, as we were saying. It is probably the linchpin of this entire front. I don't know if you can speak to exactly the reason why in terms of what's going on over here.
When we set these up, is actually this part of Hassan was inspired by. I was actually one of the ones that helped come up with the layout of Hassan, but the idea was to have two dueling large outposts like Genesis Terraforming and Bravada PMC. The small outpost in between them was added a bit later, but the idea was to create the same sort of thing you see at Quartz Ridge on Indar, or between Indar Excavation and Quartz Ridge, where you kind of have this slugfest that goes back and forth between two difficult to take bases. And here in the center, Hassan is also basically 3 rings, and right in the center middle ring is Genesis Terraforming and Bravada PMC. So that's why you're seeing this big fight here. Is it's the transition point between the inner ring and the center ring.
I'm seeing the VS pull. I did not know that this is within the no deploy zone. For those of you who don't know, there is, for every base, there is a no deploy zone for Sunderers, and I am shocked that they were able to deploy one this close. That is impressive.
They're all placed by hand, the no deploy zones, so some of them are placed better than others, and sometimes it's intentional. You want to give an advantage on one side or another. They're a little bit different every time.
Well, so far it looks like the TR have kind of sandwiched the VS. The VS are kind of in the middle, and the TR on their own little islands on each of these A point and C point. So I'm wondering which one the VS are going to shoot for first. TR are capping this, so obviously for a 3-point base like this, it's a 20-minute cap. So. But we do have, right now, it looks like the biggest thing we've got going on is we have Ixtab power regulation is actually going to be going. Sneak
VS
through
are pushing hard on that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to head over there and see if VS can actually push, or if TR actually lets them have it, maybe.
Well, I think it's because there's a lot of TR at Nason's securing it, so that kind of left a force gap that VS are exploiting right now. At Ixtab power, all the TR just trying to secure. They're holding the VS.
Secure what they
looks
have,
like they're
yeah.
gonna get a free base here out of this. So the fighting is even. So
Yeah, but from what
TR might be pushing back in.
I was going to say,
TR
from what it
pushing
looks
in.
like, it may be even, but I do not see anybody on the point here.
They're not on the point, but the TR are pushing real close to it.
We're losing this.
I wouldn't be surprised if they flip it here in just a couple seconds. Soldiers of the Republic are right there. VS are holding it strong, though. Yep, here comes a max crash.
Oh, here they go. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. That's
10 seconds
right
left. Will they be able to
10
push it
seconds
through?
left. Can they clear it? Infantry
Here
falling in
they
with
come,
the
here they come.
maxes.
5 seconds. Point is flipping. We have
Oh,
the
yeah.
first,
Great save, TR. Great
first save of the world record. Nicely done. Zooming around, getting all excited.
Never count out the Terran Republic.
Hostile max identified.
Trying to see who the... I can't get player names, unfortunately. It's bad.
There's a grueling fight going on here.
Yeah, it
Machine
looks like
guns going
VS have
everywhere.
actually repopped it, and they're bringing in even more people. TR, if you look on the map, are actually still out-popped on this by a decent chunk, actually.
The main thing I'm seeing, though, is that the VS are just softy infantry, and the TR got some Maxis support in there, so they should be able to hold out so they can get some reinforcement.
We'll have to see.
the VS
I mean, VS have a sunder to the north-northwest here, so, I mean, they've got quite a bit.
Oh, VS are overwhelmed them, though.
30 seconds left.
VS swarm like insects. Sometimes there's just not enough TR to crush them.
Start fighting for real at any time now.
Something to be aware of is, unlike any of the other bases or any of the other server smashes that we do, other than the last one, is just because people are losing on this front does not necessarily mean they're losing. There's a whole other front against a whole other faction that's going on. As we look, it looks like VS are going to take this no problem. So good on VS.
The Bonded
Volt
sovereignty has taken the facility.
taken X-Tab power. Will they actually push into the amp station itself? Let's head back to Genesis terraforming. I think we're going to see quite a bit going on over there. We'll probably have to check in multiple times before the base flips, if it ever does.
The outer ring's looking pretty uneventful. Looks like TR ghost capping Nettlemire. No real resistance.
We do one of our maps for Planetside Battles League, our 12-on-12 infantry league, is at Nettlemire Gardens. I really like the base. It's very interesting. I love the tree. And if we ever head that way, you guys on stream will be able to watch it. Ooh. Wow, there are a lot of people coming across this. You see this push coming across that bridge there at Sea Point? That is impressive. We're going to try and do as many only in Planetside shots as we can here on this stream, so hopefully you guys get a good taste for it by the end. Big push coming into Sea Point. There is absolutely no way that they're going to be able to hold this.
If you're a newer person, newer player, or someone interested in Planetside watching, this happens every day. This is not just a one-time event. Log into Planetside anytime, any day, you'll see this.
I believe Higby was mentioning that Planetside has broken the record. What we're doing today, breaking the record officially for Guinness, has happened over 7,000 times, I think he said, since launch or something like that from all servers. So, while this is very special for us at Planetside Battles, as well as the game itself for Planetside and SOE, this is a very common occurrence to see, fully populated continents, looking like this with battles like this. It's just a question of, we have to appease the officials, and the officials being Guinness. So I am over here now at X-Tab Southern Pass. It looks like the TR have actually pushed in and are looking to retake this right now. They've got a pretty good hold on it too. I think they're looking at the map here, it looks like they're trying to retake their amp station so that they can push onto X-Tab power regulation again and lock off this amp station again.
It looks like the VS have re-secured Genesis and cleared out all the Terrans there.
Yeah, if I'm the TR though, all I'm trying to do is make sure that there's always 1 point flipping on that. I do not want Genesis terraforming, them actually pushing out of Genesis terraforming. I always want to put at least a little bit of pressure on that base. And it looks like here we've actually got the TR on one side, we've got the VS on the other, and there are what I would like to call a death bridge or three that are leading towards this point room. Got a nice gal support going on overhead.
Also checking out Gurney Dam. Looks like the Terrans, after they secured Nazen's Defiance, moved down to try to take advantage of that extra link they get by having it. Pushing into...
Yeah, if they can take Gurney Dam, that totally locks off X-Tab power regulation. You can almost lock off your amp station by default by doing that.
The glorious Terran soldiers are outnumbered, but they are holding the point.
I wonder if, knowing that this is a three-way and it is a 2-hour event, I wonder, one of the things we did see last time is you want to win, but you don't want to get too far ahead and you don't want to do it too quickly, because then everybody notices that you're ahead, and guess what? It's a 2-on-1 now for the next 20 minutes or so. And
yeah.
so you almost gotta, you almost gotta, it's almost a new meta of you want to win, but you want to win by like 1%. So
You want to win, but not too quickly.
exactly, there's no win condition in the first hour. It's all who is leading at the end. And unfortunately, it looks like with 2 minutes left, VS have completely recapped X-Tab, the point at X-Tab Southern. So we are going to head over to the fight at X-Tab power regulation. It looks like TR are trying to... It looks like they just got on the point over there. And I'm seeing all the... One of the things that you'll notice for these big events that Planetside Battles put on is there's a lot of redeploying, and as soon as you take a point and you push them off, guess what? You're going to the next fight. You know, so it's called redeploy side as the moniker for... We say it within the community, and there are quite a lot of TR vehicles here at X-Tab Power. Nice gate shield diffuser. I want to actually get in here. VS have one inside, yeah.
Yeah, not seeing very much vehicle presence by the VS. Looks like they're kind of redeploying their infantry group to handle the defenses. Looks like the Terran Air Forces, well, the few mosquitoes that there are, doesn't seem to be much contention.
I can't get out of here. Very, very distraught. There we go. Alright, you gotta push through the barrier. Alright, let's get in here. Let's see what's going on. This is actually one of my favorite quote-unquote new things. Is this building that Dread Legion in my outfit, we call it the warehouse building. This big, expansive building. It lets you I'm sure as a level designer, it lets you guys customize to a level you weren't able to before. We absolutely love it. There's so many cool things that the level guys have put into these types of buildings that we absolutely love it. I think it's one of the that was one of Xander's creations, right?
It was something, I believe he was the one that pushed to develop it, yeah. But it was made with the idea of being modular and having lots of different ways to configure it.
Exactly,
and,
that's exactly what I was thinking
around,
of.
yep.
Love it, absolutely love it. But yeah, it's one of those things that you can point to and be like, these are some of the things that we've learned from day one. These are some of the things that we can make this game more interesting, more playable for longer. You don't get that same base layout every single time. But X-Tab Power is actually a really good fight. You talked about having multiple ways in, and this is, you got so many doors that you have to watch if you're TR, or the defenders, I should say. And right now they have 1 minute 50 left on the point here. I'm actually going to turn down the sound effects because I can't hear myself talk. Sorry, guys.
One thing's interesting about this particular area is that while there are a lot of doors, the defenders really only come in from two of them, the front area or the side door, one of the side doors. Then the attackers have the other doors on the back side, but you always have things like light assaults that could go around and come in from the other side and flank them. So you kind of can't completely ignore it, but you can generally focus your efforts towards one of the doors.
Yeah, well, we are noticing that the TR have been pushed off of this point here, unfortunately. And let's see the top looks like here. On my map. Yeah, it's actually a pretty big fight. It looks like they brought in a Sunderer really well done by the VS. It looks like right now territory control, TR are winning ever so slightly. Actually, they're tied with the NC. And VS...
It's like Eastern Substation and Nettlemeyer are both heating up. VS have moved in heavy into Nettlemeyer, and Eastern looks pitched.
Yeah, I was thinking of heading over to Eastern as well. Check that out. But if we're looking at the do this real quick.
Oh wow!
See a gal.
Power station just had a couple gal drops happen on it.
Which one?
X-Tab Power had.
Yeah, I saw it was like
two,
dual. It was
two
almost.
TR Galaxies.
I was
gonna
say it almost looked like dueling gal drops. I saw a VS gal as well. Yeah. No, we haven't been to Eastern yet. I want to go check that out. Zoom really fast.
Terrans have re-secured. VS crashing in Sundays.
At the. Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, one of the things that it took us a long time as players to figure out, but you can actually get Sunderers really close to this point. You can actually get them into a lot of these buildings sometimes, and it looks like we'll actually follow somebody who's trying to do just that. I think. Yeah.
It's one of the reasons the no deploy zones exist, because it's almost impossible to keep those things out of anywhere.
I was going to say you have thousands and thousands of players trying really hard to do something very specific, and that Sunder is no longer. So looks like a resecure here at Eastern Substation. Will they be able to actually backcap them into Genesis terraforming? Big fight. All right. All right. I'm looking to head to X-Tab Southern Pass right now. I think we're going to see a lot of the outposts of the amp station. I'll be very interested to see if we actually ever the VS push into the amp station itself. But we do have a gal drop coming in. Uh-oh. TR, look above you. It is nice. Yeah, right now we see this is one of the bases where you see almost like it's split down the middle. You have the defenders on one side defending the point, where you almost have to gal drop in or come at it from the opposite side to really defend this point well. As a defender, even it might be easier to gal drop from the top than actually come at it from the spawn room, because you see this really long, relatively choke point of a bridge, I would say. But VS are making a push here. We'll actually follow them in. Got light assaults coming in right up the top. Oh, didn't make it quite in.
Eastern has a lot of VS on the roof. They got the beacons up there. They're using that as their primary spawn point. Coming in from all sides.
Yeah, and we got Maxes coming in from the bottom as well. All right, they actually breached the bottom here. Maxes are pushing up. Got heavies from the top stairs. Took him out. Oh. Here they come. Another Max coming in.
It's like the TR are responding into Nettlemeyer, while the VS have redoubled their efforts at Eastern Substation. We got gained control.
Yeah, right here, it's a even popped fight right here, but I think we've finally seen the last of the TR. They lost all their spawns, and I believe we're about to see the point flip. Yeah, there it goes. All right, so 2 minutes, but almost halfway through there, unfortunately. So let's head over to, looks like Eastern Substation is what we're seeing right now.
It's firmly in VS control at the moment.
All right, let's go check out Eastern Substation, and maybe we'll see the TR, who actually look like they were able to get another beacon in. They've actually flipped the point back, but I don't know if it's going to do them much good, unfortunately. They're still out pop 2-1. Speaking about pop 2-1, Eastern Substation really, the VS really want that, it looks like. We see multiple galaxies from up top, but I believe they are TR galaxies just hovering from up top, dropping people.
Oh, yeah.
Those of you who don't know,
TR air swarm just came in. Lots of mosquitoes are clearing off the rooftop that the VS were using as a spawn point.
well, I don't blame them as well, because if you lose Eastern, that you It's right up to your Bravada PMC, and if you can actually start pressuring Bravada as the VS, that opens up
Wow.
any number of lanes.
Wow, Eastern has just got so much Terran air power. Like, pan your camera straight up. Look at all those galaxies and mosquitoes.
Whoa, that's right. I am looking forward to seeing if there's going to be any airball today for and we see air on air battle. So it looks like if I'm the TR, I really want to just keep putting a little bit of pressure, some kind of pressure on Genesis terraforming, because like you said,
They're doing it. All those mosquitoes and galaxies are pressing right immediately on to Genesis as soon as Eastern flips, it looks like.
all right, well, let's follow them in. Let's see if they can actually back cap Genesis terraforming, and if the VS have set up. Looks like the VS have set up a Sunday already. I wonder if that's going to be something that the TR actually push on right now. Because
There's also a fight going on at Gurney Dam. Looks like the Terrans are trying to push in that way.
very interesting. Okay. I
So
think
much
what-
action.
I
It's
was
hard to
gonna
watch it all at the same time.
I was gonna say if that's one of those things where it's. I don't know. I'm almost questioning that decision to go to Gurney Dam, because is that biting off more than you can chew? You know, what do you gain from it? You know, it allows you to push onto Outpost Lambda. Yes, it allows you to keep pushing east, but at that point, you're getting in the way of the VS and the NC fighting each other. You know, so. You know,
Well,
to me-
it does protect Nazans from assault from the VS, and it also gives them better access to power regulation. So,
True. Yeah,
and
I guess
and
it
it could
to-
allow them to strike into Lambda. So it's all strategic positioning, and if the Terrans can get that one, then that allows them to just put pressure in more places on the VS and kind of stress their responsibilities.
Yeah, it's almost, to me, I'm like, okay, you know, if I put a platoon at Gurney Dam, for the platoon is 48 guys. If I put, 48 guys at Gurney Dam, would they be better served to maybe push Ixtab power regulation and then maybe push that through, or maybe push on Ixtab Southern
Wow,
instead?
the Terrans are pushing hard into Genesis terraforming. We see Sunderers all over the place, galaxies, mosquito support.
And
They have a lot of spawn points.
Yeah, exactly. And if the Terran Republic can actually leverage this and maybe take those guys from Gurney Dam and do a switch, maybe with like a couple minutes left, 3-4 minutes left. Wow, they are getting Sunderers all over the place.
Yep, I think that's their game. They're using Gurney as a distraction, and they might actually win that one. But VS have definitely redeployed a lot of guys over there, so if they can keep the pressure up on Gurney, that buys them some time at Genesis.
Yeah, right now it looks like TR have given up quite a bit on the NC side to actually try. They have 96 people here. That's 2 full platoons that are getting set up on Gurney Dam. I think A Point's going to be the hottest contested. I'm going to watch the. Oh, my stuff. There you go. I'm going to actually watch the spawn room, see if the VS actually push in or if they come at it from the skies.
For the first time, I've seen a VS aircraft, Gurney Dam. VS are sort of entrenching around the cap point.
At Gurney Dam. Oh, are we actually? I'm gonna go there for the next 30 seconds.
30 seconds left on Gurney.
I'm gonna swing by on over there, zoom fast. Woo!
This is actually the second incarnation of Gurney Dam. The first one was very different. It's one that Xander recently redid.
Yeah, I'm zooming around the map here. All right, let's get in here. We got 20 seconds left.
Oh,
13.
and the
Ooh,
Terrans hold it. Gonna be tight.
I'm gonna get
Still
in
able
here.
to get some reinforcements.
I was
in
gonna
there.
say they've
Oh,
got so many guys in here. I'd be shocked if they can't hold it for 5 seconds. That is very impressive. Now, if I am TR, holy cow! Cobalt TR. There you go.
well done, TR.
Nicely done on that front. So that is very impressive. I wonder if they're going to leverage that and say, like, here, beat your head against this for 4 minutes while we actually go take Genesis
Ixtab.
terraforming or
They're
Ixtab.
also at
exactly.
Ixtab. Yeah, they're making gains at Ixtab. Looks like
And-
they're also got a very small force over at Mulak Foundry. They're kind of moving on the VS Tech plant.
All right, TR. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, but if they can secure certain choke points, like if they can get Gurney Dam
Exactly.
and they can shore up the X-Tab bases with Genesis, they can just basically pin the VS to just those two bases.
I'm back. I am back here at Ixtab Southern, and it looks like it's going through here. Big fight at Genesis. VS redeployed. I think all the players that were at Gurney Dam have now redeployed here to Ixtab. Ixtab Southern, or not Ixtab Southern, pardon me, Genesis Terraforming. 4 minutes left. This is probably the closest that the TR have ever been to actually pushing on this. And if you're VS, there is no way you ever want to let this go. And if you're TR, there's no way you ever want them to, you ever want to give up this opportunity. Because right now they're pulling Sunderers, trying to put them in strategic positions. Got plenty of people trying to push out of this spawn room.
There are galaxies just all around the space, and there's a VS one coming in towards Genesis as well.
That's become a staple almost for server smashes, and especially I noticed on like when the Europeans play, they really love just holding their gals up above the base and just using them as spawns and just not even worrying about not even worrying about Sunderers, not worrying about spawn rooms. Just say like these are our mobile spawn units.
Yep. The to the players who might not know the significance of these giant hovering sky whales is that
See if I can find one, actually.
spawn can actually, or a squad can spawn on their galaxy that's hovering over the base, and they have a little dampener that allows them to survive the fall. So they can just have guys spawning in these aircraft, just dropping back down onto the fight just immediately. And as long as those are up there, those spawn points are active. That's why you see so many of them flying around over there. And then when it's time to complete the base, they can redeploy back into that galaxy and fly onto the next base and drop right back out again.
I always equate them to, like, say, B-17 or something like that in World War II. They're just, they're troop carriers, they're mobile gun platforms. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with them. That's why they're my favorite vehicle, I would say.
The galaxy is very iconic. It goes all the way back to Planetside 1. I got a little galaxy trivia, actually, I can tell you about.
Okay, tell me a little galaxy trivia as we see the VS actually start to retake some of these points.
So the galaxy in Planetside 2 is much bigger than the galaxy in Planetside 1, although it looks very similar. The vehicle designer, Kevin Moyer, also known as Kevmo, went through a lot of trouble to actually make the galaxy exactly the same size as the galaxy of Planetside 1.
Like
it turned out when
pixel for pixel type thing?
Like the same dimensions relative to the player. And then when it kind of put it into the scale of Planetside, it seemed just too small by the scale of Planetside 2 compared to Planetside 1.
Oh, so it's actually bigger, okay.
Was beefed up and rescaled to be a bit bigger.
Well, it looks like VS have really come through, and, obviously the A point is pretty much a straight shot from the spawn, so it's really difficult for people to actually hold on here. VS have done a really good job pushing that through, but at what cost? You see that, during this push, TR...
Yeah, they lost X-Tab power,
X-Tab
and they
power,
lost Gurney.
Exactly. X-Tab power...
And they're losing X-Tab Southern. This is a Pyrrhic victory for the VS at Genesis. Although they are fighting back at Gurney. But, I mean, they're about to lose X-Tab power. That one's gone. Southern Pass might be savable if all these Genesis terraforming guys immediately push there.
That's where I'm heading right now, actually.
Yeah, that's going to be the next action point to check out.
You see, look at all these gals up top. Oh my, there's no way that's not going through.
I'm really surprised the VS don't have at least a squad of aircraft coming in here just to pop these galaxies and remove these spawn points.
They just may be fighting the NC for all we know.
Yeah, their air forces is badly needed over here just to stop the Terran spawns. I don't see VS spawns anywhere. It's all Terran all day over here.
55 seconds out. It looks like in this push, they...
Here's one scythe. Here's one scythe trying to pick off a galaxy.
Tried to catch the VS napping.
He's ignoring the galaxy. He's killing farming infantry with it.
You can take the... I was going to say, you can take the farmer out of the farm, but you can't take the farm out of the farmer.
Yeah. It's in farm mode over there. He's got his anti-infantry gun on his nose gun and everything. The PPA.
Yeah, there is 30
up there.
seconds, and there is a huge contingent of VS that have re-pushed in here. I would be very impressed if they're actually able to hold, but we still do have galaxies above that can drop in for the TR. But, oh my goodness, they have a Sunder literally about as close
Oh wow,
as you can
yeah,
possibly
the
get.
VS are crashing. The VS might get this.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are swarming in there. There's
15 seconds, this
hundreds
would
of
be
them coming in
close. Yep.
Yeah, they got
Yeah,
it.
they pushed through.
got it.
Nice. Good job on them.
They still lost X-Tab, fortunately for them. And Mulak Foundry is going down uncontested. The VS might have to deal with their tech plan very shortly. Seems like overall the VS are just slowly losing to the Terran onslaught.
Yeah, this is one of those things where I'm like, okay, Terran, you know, you have what you need almost here on the Southern. Make sure you got your stuff locked down as
Yeah.
it were, you know, against the NC. Because right now
It's really
Yeah.
it's really important for the VS that they hold on to Mulak or X-Tab Southern. That's really important for them because that allows them to keep putting the pressure on
I
X-Tab
wanted to
itself.
see a VS air platoon. Here it is. It's over at XTAB.
Oh wow, yeah, it just showed up. Looks like big time.
Oh, TR are coming
Wow,
back
we
in
got
with
an
3
airfight now.
galaxies. Good luck. Good luck,
We
boys.
got a lot of sides shooting down these. If we weren't on a delay, I would say they were listening to me. Looks like, yeah, they thought the same thing. There's a lot of those galaxies.
Oh,
up
here
there.
they go. Yeah, but is it going to matter?
Oh, man.
Did they get the bodies on the point is what matters. There's still plenty of VS down there waiting with open arms and shotguns. Just to say hello.
Like Terrans need to respond to Gurney now.
Yeah, I'm actually really, honestly, kind of surprised at how this has gone. I honestly thought that I was really impressed with the. I don't know if it was because VS were pushing against the NC, but I'm really actually kind of surprised how easily we were. The TR was able to push onto Gurney Dam and then translate that into almost. Yeah, they did translate it into X-Tab Power, but they almost even translated into X-Tab Southern as well.
Yeah, they got really close to that push on Genesis, getting them a lot of ground game.
Alright, I'm heading over actually to a lane we haven't even seen yet, which
I am
is
seeing strikers all over the place to counter all these aircraft.
people use strikers. Wow, okay, good on them.
I'm seeing a lot of surface-to-air missiles going up, and I just kind of assumed those were strikers. They are good against taking out hovering ESS. That's
Yes,
for sure.
that is very true. It is good for taking out people who should know better.
People in farm mode are going to be got to stay on their toes.
Yeah,
Couple striker salvos will take them down pretty quick.
I'm looking at this
Sir.
12-24 fight at what base is this? At the almost at Mulak Foundry as well.
Yeah, that one heated up fast. There's a ghost cap about a minute ago.
Yeah, that's kind of what we've seen evolve as the meta, if you will, for these big events, for like Server Smash and whatnot. I'm heading back to, it looks like TR have actually pushed back onto X-Tab Southern, so I'm going to check that out. And we see that, you know, you see these redeploy side blobs come through to try and push things off, and then around them you see you know, these back cap, these hack squads, these 6 guys, 12 guys try and, you know, prep a base for the blobs, if you will. But we are seeing TR actually have retaken X-Tab Southern Pass with 53 seconds left. They have brought in not only their Air Force, but they do have a Sunder very, very close. I love seeing some of these shots. Just watching the VS go through this tunnel here. I'm gonna try and get it from the.
Terrans are throwing themselves at a meat grinder here at X-Tab South.
Hey,
although
you
they're
do what
30
you gotta
seconds
do,
away.
man.
They are 30 seconds away. They've managed to get in there.
You do what you gotta do. Yeah, I am seeing so much DACA going at that spot. At that
Yeah,
spawn.
there is so much. There's a lot of DACA here going on. X-Tab South. It looks like Terrans are going to hold it.
Wow, that is That is
They're
really good
gonna
news.
secure
That
it.
is really good news for TR because you do not. As soon as you can lock off that amp station, especially if
Yep.
it's a. Actually, is Ixtab one of the new style, or is that one of the old styles? Is it a 3-point or a 1-point?
I think it's
Especially if
I think it's an old style.
I was going to
Old
say,
style
especially
race,
if it's a. Here we go. Looks like it came right on through. Connery's Rough Riders. Those are my boys. Got Dread Legion in there. I know it.
Fantastic. Well done, Terrans. Loading up in Valkyries and moving on to the next one.
Yeah, I'm looking at Mulak Foundry right now. Is actually going through as well. I'm pushing up here. I'm
Terran
almost.
Galaxies are right back in it. They they lost their aircraft. They brought them right back. They shot down all the VS.
I am kind of worried that we're doing a little too well, honestly. If that makes any
I think
sense.
I think it'll be okay. I think that
I mean, we're only half
it's
an hour
about
in.
it's about getting
you know?
the choke points. If they can
Exactly.
secure Genesis, then they'll basically have VS choked into three battlefronts. It'll be Gurney Dam, Genesis, and the Nettlemire corridor. And those can go back and forth, no big
Oh,
deal, as
so
long as they don't
much
lose
smoke.
Ziggurat.
The antithesis of the Obscam. Oh, Connery's Rough Riders. Here we go again. Those are my boys. Oh, they had maxes, but they didn't have any softies. They couldn't. And oh, they were just a second too late. VS have retaken this point, but just a second too late. Couldn't kill everybody.
But the TR managed to secure Mulak Foundry. They
Yeah,
can
I
directly
just
pressure
watched
the
it.
tech plant.
I just watched it. Unfortunately, they weren't able to. They didn't have anybody ready to on the cap point. But yeah, if you're TR, I am taking all the guys at Gurney Dam. I am taking all the guys at Ixtab Southern. I'm taking all the guys at Mulak Foundry, and I'm just throwing them at Genesis Terraforming. I am more than willing to wait 20 minutes to take that and lose maybe 2 or 3 other bases on this front because you've already made so many gains. That
Wow, there's a big fight going on at Genesis Terraforming on this little sky bridge, sky walkway.
yeah, I think that's going to be.
DACA going everywhere here. This is a real meat grinder.
It's flying over here. We see. I think we're going to see this quite a lot. I see probably half a dozen galaxies flying over this base, and they're mostly TR actually.
Yeah, TR are staying committed to the air game.
Got 2 of these 3-point. Oh, they actually got 3 points.
They're
coming in.
they're taking Genesis. This is going good for them.
Wow, this is incredible. All right, so
Bit of a
Yeah.
fight going on at Gurney as well, looks like. And Mulak Foundry. Those are the 3 hot spots now.
yeah, but if you're TR, do you care? You know, at that point, if you have a chance to actually take Genesis, you got to take it, don't you? You
They
know?
take Genesis. They got to go for it. Go all in at this point on Genesis.
I would too. You got 4 minutes. You can lose. You can pretty much, except for Hayden Skydock up here in the north. That's probably the only base you can't lose, along with Woodman, ASC. That's
Seeing
like
some good resilience here by the TR. They have multiple Sunderers here. We got one like right outside Charlie Point.
that's the thing. That's the thing.
one more by Bravo.
We've seen them have half a dozen Sunderers and Gals over top, and VS keep pushing them out. They keep pushing them out. This base
Yeah,
really.
and that's really surprising. Is usually it's the vehicles that'll take out the Sunderer points, and the TR are showing the vehicle dominance at the moment. But with the lack of VS, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a tank push coming up from Mulak Pass pretty soon and take out those Sundies.
Well, I've been watching them here at A point, but it looks like they're actually pushing in from the other side at C over here. So I'm gonna go check it out. I wonder if they
I'm
did
not
a-
seeing
did a
any
gal
VS
drop.
ground forces, VS vehicles or tanks or anything. There's just all infantry slugging it out. That's
Yeah,
been
they're
the difference
retaking
here. TR have been doing the combined arms. They've been bringing their air game. They've been bringing some tanks. They've been bringing a lot of Sunderer support. VS have mostly just been infantry, and you can hold out for a little bit on infantry, but eventually you're going to start losing a couple bases
Yeah,
because of
there's
that.
3 minutes left. I wonder if we're gonna see huge pops. I mean, they've already got 96 plus people here.
There is a VS Galaxy directly over Alpha Point. It's like they're using it as a spawn point. TR don't seem to have noticed it yet. Wait,
it's
yeah,
hard.
they did.
I was gonna say, how do you
Yeah,
not
they
notice
did. Drop
it?
pod did it. Just drop pod smack into it. So yeah, they see it.
That
see
used to
a
be one of
guy
my
with,
favorite things to do is drop pod into a Liberator or something like that.
Got TR dropping in with ML7s firing at the Galaxy. I had to pull out.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, so much smoke. The antithesis of of any observer camera. I hate smoke.
Terrans are doing pretty good across the board here. They
Yeah, that,
just taking a look at the
is it bad that
northern front.
Is it bad that that worries me?
Well, I mean, they're holding their own in the north. There's not really been any gain or loss in the north, which is good. The only real
Yeah.
gain has been here, which is solid because it's still enough to win. You know, if they get Genesis, that's a huge win. As I would expect
Two
from
and a
the
half
Terran
minutes.
Republic.
I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the VS to show up. I do not know where they're at right now.
There's quite a lot of them. I'm seeing some VS Air and Galaxies are still trying to push on Genesis. It looks like they are. There's a lot of them here. I wonder if they're pushing against NC because they're losing ground at the NC as well.
All right, here we go. Seeing one.
VS are
one
taking Mulak back. Small potatoes compared to losing Genesis.
yeah, I was gonna say if you had to choose which one, you know, there is exactly one place you want to be right now if you are a TR and if you're NC, or pardon me, VS, and that is right here. This is a massive fight. Here come the VS. If you look, it's a almost a 50-50 fight right now.
Yeah,
And
here
they-
we go. There's the VS armor forces. They're taking out the TR Sunderers.
Yeah,
and that's
you got
exactly
you
what
got
they
two
need
and a
to do
half
to win
minutes
this fight.
left, which is plenty of time to do what needs to be done.
Still seeing some TR Sunderers, but they lost the ones on the southern side, which give them access to Bravo points. So now I'm seeing some Mag Riders come in.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
this is,
plenty of time.
This is looks like it's starting to turn into the TR or the VS favor here. You got
Yeah,
a couple Mag Riders on the ground. I see 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one Sunderer that I can see for the TR. If they lose that Sunday, they're done.
I'm looking and I'm like, if I'm the commander, I'm like, get every single person over here to Genesis right now. I don't care where they're at. You know, you have a chance to take what could very easily be, you know, this is your one opportunity, and you're never gonna get it again, or at least this good of an opportunity.
This is a solid opportunity if they can capitalize on it. I see a harasser move around, looking after that TR Sunday. It's about to go down. The last TR Sunday is about to get taken out.
Yeah, I'm watching the slow.
It's on,
I'm watching
it's
the
on
slow
fire
push
right now.
over to B point. I think they're about to take B point, but TR are holding firm on it. They're trying at least, but they're about to get breached.
They still have the population. It's just the VS tanks are ripping up their spawn
Exactly.
points.
It's one of those things where it's just a
Winning
matter
the
of
spawn
time.
war. That's one of the things that really comes down to in Planetside. A lot of it is logistics and spawn control. I mean, that's really what winning a base is all about. You can get a closer spawn point for your empire, even if you got the higher population. You can they can just beat you out logistically.
Yeah, it looks like they've lost. Now they're moving. They've gotten B. Now they're moving on to C. The last holdout here, and again, this is one of those things where you can probably hold C pretty well, and you can keep the timer ticking down. But if you are TR, you are bringing. If I'm the TR commander, I am bringing every single able-bodied person here.
Yeah, but I mean, even if they don't, they're still winning right now because the Genesis is being contested, and it's going to take at least 5 minutes for the VS to be able to even attempt an attack on Ixtab Southern
Precisely.
or Eastern Substation. So by fighting here, the TR are securing 2 other bases, so that's fantastic.
I did see. I was cheating and looking up in the north. It looks like TR made a literally last second save at East Acon Storage Depot. It was really crazy to watch. But
the
looking
NC,
back,
you mean?
yeah, looking against
Oh,
the
the
NC.
TR did. Yeah, that's the TR base. Yeah, look at that. Taken. That's a fun one to look at. If we might not be on our front, but that's a base made by Brian Burness, and he makes a lot of really cool interior bases like that. And East Acon Storage is one of the more interesting ones he's made that has some really good basement fights.
Oh wow! I'm looking at this huge. Looks like an armor zerg that we might actually have an armor battle. We have an armor battle from VS and TR. Mostly VS. TR got very little in the way of armor, but they have quite a bit of infantry. It looks like they've actually come back and brought the pain, but VS are here now.
VS are now in full control of Genesis with population, so that attack has been stunted.
Yeah, the only way
Nettlemeyer.
the only way you're getting back
Go
in there is over
up over to
Galvin.
Nettlemeyer. You got a little action going on over there.
Yeah, this is one of those things where as long as you keep 1 point, as long as you have Genesis contested, you can lock VS into essentially just 2 lanes on this front, which is pretty good. So, but it'd be even better if you can get Genesis. I'm hoping that TR have a way of pushing that
Nettlemeyer.
through. But yeah, here at Nettlemeyer, for those of you who don't know, Nettlemeyer is one of my favorite bases. Got big ol' Hossin tree, very symmetrical, and under.
Chose this for the Vegas tournament this year as well because of the same principles. It's a good small squad fight.
Yeah, we use it, like I said, we use that for our Planetside Battles League tournament, our 12-on-12 tournament, and it's really, really good. I love it. Really cool fights that we see here. We're going to follow this VS push in.
This is a Xander Klaus base, the Nettlemeyer is.
Is it? I don't have to tell him that he did a good job on this one.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job on this one. Usually you can see the telltale signs of a Klaus base, as I call it.
Oh yeah.
Telltale signs of a Klaus base. I mean, a lot of times you look at Nettlemeyer.
That could be a drinking game. You could tell us like 3 or 4 things to look for, and then every time somebody sees it, talk it out on chat.
Yeah,
be like, drink.
yeah, totally.
Everybody take a shot.
One of them is like the kind of the steel base on the foundation of the base. If you look at it, you can see looks like it's just either full concrete or steel, just embedded into the ground all the way around the base. And that's a telltale Klaus sign because he builds up the base around that foundation, and then he puts the buildings and other things on it. It also creates elevation, which helps create the vehicle separation, so tanks don't just completely dominate the fight. It's a tried and true method, and produces a lot of good bases from him.
Yeah,
That's
I'm watching. There's
one of the Klausisms, I think you could tell you.
Awesome. All right, everybody take a shot.
Another one is a leaning object. He likes to put like crates or blocks or construction tiles or something leaning against the wall. So if you ever see a leaning object, it's typically a sign of a Klaus base.
Well, right now I'm seeing the signs of VS actually dominating this point right now. I'm going to see if TR can actually... TR defending this. Okay. I was going to say, I didn't remember if TR pushing or holding on here. They got to take out the Sunder to the north.
VS have redoubled their efforts there, and they might be fighting at the Ziggurat pretty soon. That's also another Klaus base.
So is it just everything Klaus bases at this point? Okay.
He does a lot. He does most of them.
He's everywhere. All right, they have pushed out off of this point. I'm actually trying to see where the VS have gone. Oh, they're pushing up on the spawn, it looks like.
Hard for them to do that at this base because the spawn has the elevation for one, and the teleporter takes them to the opposite side. So if they push too far on one spawn point, they can use the teleporter room to get to the other side.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to push into this Dread Legion. We call it the Lorry building, this L shape, because it looks kind of like a jackknifed lorry, or semi for you American folks. I say that like I'm not,
But they call that
from
the
Midwest.
Medwing building. Is the internal name for it.
Oh,
Medwing.
the which one? The which one?
Medical wing, Medwing.
Okay. Well, today I learned.
Yeah.
Yeah, they finally took out that Sunder that was giving them problems in the east. So they still got 2.5 minutes here, and should be plenty of time. Oh, here's a leaning. Here you go, leaning Klausism.
If you see
There
a
you
leaning
go.
crate or something, yeah.
Well, there was a big old branch that was leaning against something. So.
It does the trees and planters as well, because when you're building up on the concrete, it's kind of hard to work in the natural environment, so it's an easy way to do it. It also creates a cover object, like the planters right outside the spawn room here. If you notice how it's set up, the spawn room is elevated up above all the other terrain, and it kind of pushes, you fight down from the spawn towards the cap point, which makes it a lot harder to spawn camp this particular base unless you really have overwhelming numbers.
Yeah, it's really crazy because I mean you can even just 5 feet of elevation difference makes a big difference in terms of who has advantage in a 1v1 fight.
Yeah, that's really one of the fundamental things of level design that we learned pretty soon on was elevation really is everything. an advantage. So when you put the defenders in a in a crater, it's not going to work out very well.
No. All right, looks like they have actually pushed back on Nettlemire Gardens. I am seeing them actually push on Genesis Terraforming again, which will be very impressive. All right, let's go check that out. Follow this gal.
Nettlemire's looking solid. Looks like back to Genesis.
Yeah,
But
that's what I was.
this entire front is really. It looks like both armies are pretty much consolidated to only one or two bases really at a time right now.
Which is good for the TR that you've been able to lock off your amp station that well that you've put all of the fighting onto this one base. So even if because it is a 3-point base, as long as you keep one of those points in contention, or in contestant, you can force there's no way the VS can push out of this base. So as long as they keep it under contestant, then we are good to go in terms of, and on the TR side at least, there's no way that we'll ever not be fighting at this base. So if you're TR, what do you do now? The VS front so far has worked out pretty well. Where do you go? I'm looking at the north, and it looks like the NC are actually pushing pretty hard on a lot of the north lanes. Maybe if you're TR, as I see, wow, see, they are trying so hard, even harder now, to put Sunderers in places that they should not go. Do everything they can.
Looks like the NC might have pushed on Masons just a little bit there, but hasn't really heated up too much yet. The north side, for the Woodman ASC area, that really hasn't been attacked all that much. It's usually a place that gets a lot of action.
If there is one base that the TR cannot afford to lose, it's Woodman ASC. As soon as you lose that, you open up. Yeah, you lose
Moss Ridge, and you lose Bunker J993. You lose a lot of it.
Well, when we were talking, in like tactical meetings and stuff like that, essentially you can go all the way up to the warp gate without hitting a 3-point base. So it's 4 minutes here, 4 minutes there, and stuff like that. It's really easy to just keep on trucking at that point.
Yeah, VS making another move on Gurney Dam. But some of the, I'm not sure which TR are responding to Nazens, because it might be the northern front, or it might be the eastern front TR. It's hard to say.
Well, and that's one of those things as a commander you have to juggle that. Who do you send? Obviously people have their lanes that they're supposed to be at, but it looks like VS have done a really good job of actually responding really, really quickly to this one, and TR never were able to get a foothold for all the Sunderers that they had. VS had just as many.
Well, the fight's not completely over at Nettlemire. Looks like the VS have reinforced it a little bit. They actually have population there. So that might be the beginning of another attack. Looking at the heat map, I'm seeing Nettlemire is just bright red. Not Nettlemire, Genesis Terraforming is
I was going to say,
bright
that's the big
red.
fight that we have right now.
And, well, there's Gurney Dam's heating a little bit. We might have to see some TR responding there pretty quick.
I'm actually going to, we've only been to Gurney Dam for like 30 seconds. I want to actually go over there and say hi.
Check out Gurney Dam. Yeah. Oh, well, we got an air fight going on over Gurney. Check that out.
All right.
A lot of size. Looks like pure VS dominance at this point. A poor NC or poor TR Galaxy just trying to escape the.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Escape from the wolves. There's a lot of VS air dominating right now.
Well, and that's pretty good to have, because the time to point from the spawn rooms is absolutely astronomical, and for the most part it's pretty open. For Bulldog Fire or Zephyrs or even the occasional Duster, if you will. So
there's looks like a VS Galaxy up at on the point above Gurney Dam, but the TR have the point, so it could be interesting.
Hey guys, we're going to be hopping down to you guys here in a moment.
Cool.
User joined your channel.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
User joined your
Doing
channel.
great. We're watching a
Doing
fight
good.
over at Gurney Dam right now, and we have seen, for the most part, for the first hour, we have seen nothing but good things happening, at least on the TR side. They have been able to push all the fighting over to Genesis Terraforming and almost took it for at one point there, but most of the fighting is going on between Genesis Terraforming Plant and Nettlemire Gardens. That's really only where we're seeing right now. We are seeing a little bit of a fight ramping up at Gurney Dam, which is really fun to see, but things are going TR's way at this point, but of course this is the only halfway mark, so we'll see what happens if the VS are able to push it back in the second half.
Has the TR at any point tried to attack Outpost Lambda in force? Because before in the furthest three-way, Genesis Terraforming Plant was taken, and then there was opportunities at SRP Hydroponics and Mulek Pass. You can only push so far to Mulek Tech Plant, and we see that Mulek Foundry is flipping back and forth. For me, the TR might choose to go from Gurney down to Outpost Lambda, but it's not really a thing now.
Yeah, well,
So it looks
actually,
like they've been trying some ghost capping there from time to time.
Nothing in force.
Yeah, Gurney's been contested most of the time, just kind of goes back and forth. Nothing super serious, but I think it's been just enough to keep Outpost Lambda pretty much off limits for most of the time.
We're heading back to Genesis Terraforming right now, and I was going to say, if you're TR, I think you're totally happy with where things are at right now. You know, at some point you don't want to bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah, TR are definitely in control of this front pretty solidly. VS are on the defensive. They're trying to push back at Gurney, but getting shut down. They're trying to push at Nettlemire, getting shut down, and they're just trying to hold on to Genesis. TR are keeping the pressure there.
Yeah, all you need to do is basically like we were talking about earlier. All the TR need to do is just keep 1 point in contention at Genesis Terraforming, and they're good. You know, if they can continue doing that and just keep the pressure on, then there's no way that any of their other bases are going to get contested, which is great for them. Obviously, it's probably a very big headache for the VS, though.
What would you say the main tactic is down here? Have you seen a lot of maxes? Have you seen a lot of grenades, a lot of vehicles? What?
Gals.
Gal drops, yep.
Gals, and more gals. We see gals coming in from every angle, just hovering over points, just using them as mobile spawn units.
Yeah, the Terrans have mostly been having a lot of galaxies, and every now and then we'll see the VS come in with a scythe swarm to take out the galaxies. We also see TR pulling a lot of hacked out sunderers from various bases, and they'll have a big pile of sunderers, and every now and then you'll see a small squad of
somebody's bought
VS mag riders.
This is
Someone's got the gal whale horn, yeah.
This is actually the first time that Genesis Terraforming has been completely capped back in probably a good 20 minutes, I would say.
Yep,
and
easy.
VS have back capped all the way up to have finally been able to back cap at Eastern Substation,
fighting at Eastern again,
which we haven't seen in probably the last half hour.
It looks like from looking at the population on the territory, even though the NC's got 31%, it looks like the VS is making more progress against the NC. The TR is significantly making more progress against the VS. And in the north, it doesn't really look like the front's going anywhere.
Yeah,
do you think this will back... I mean, TR's winning, that's great, but ultimately it's the score that matters at the end, right? Do you think the TR's going to get double-teamed or continue like this?
I think if you can keep the pressure on, if they can secure their borders and focus all the fighting on Genesis Terraforming, then no matter what the VS want to do, they can't push out. If you can keep the fight there, then the TR are in a good spot. But once you let them actually push out of Genesis Terraforming, that's when things get tricky. You can actually start getting your amp station starting to get pressure on it. You can start getting pressure pushed from up to the north like they're doing right now at Eastern Substation. So right now, if I'm TR, I just want to keep 1 point in contention over at Genesis and shore everything up. And if I'm VS,
just
I want
to keep
make
them
sure
off
that
Eastern,
exactly,
and except Southern, yeah.
A lot of TR had to show up to Gurney to hold that one down. Those TR are probably moving on to Eastern pretty soon.
Or would you say let the timer run on Eastern? Because it looks like they've got forces there picking off the Sunders at 50-50. Nettlemire needs attention. That's the key of the moment.
Yep.
It's one of those things where you can kind of, because the bases are so close together, you can kind of just keep a gal up and go from spot to spot, dropping out Sunderers and stuff like that. But we are seeing a pretty big response from the TR. We've got 4 or 5 Sunderers moving around to Eastern, trying to take things out. So I would assume that within, they do have 2.5 minutes to retake this point, unless the VS come back in and push them out. I would assume that they'll be able to actually hold it.
Seems like an equal
There's a couple
restriction.
squads of
There is 1 hour
VS
remaining
inside
in the
here.
alert. 1 hour remaining.
It looks like VS lost all their spawn points at Eastern, but there's a good chunk of them still in there. They're going to need to push in with some maxes and.
Yeah, I'm actually
push
heading
them out.
over to Nettlemire. I've never seen a 96+ fight at Nettlemire Gardens. I've only seen
Really,
small,
with 60
small.
seconds to go, it's getting close.
I know, that's why I'm heading
we're going
over.
to be seeing some ziggurat fighting real soon.
So yeah, I mean, we are seeing it's halfway. You know, the exact same thing we saw last time. You know, you don't want to get too far ahead. Once people start picking up and noticing, you know, you go after the guy, and you know, you get that blue
TR makes
mushroom.
a flank from the west side.
Speaking of Outpost Lambda, there are a lot of TR invested there right now.
So there are. That's interesting.
Looks
We'll
like it's
check
being
it out.
contested as well.
Yeah, I'm watching
If
Nettlemire
they can
Gardens.
get
and it's
Lambda,
going
then
crazy.
that opens up a lot.
I don't
I
know,
have
if
a
I'm
question.
if I'm TR, is it better to like say don't even worry about going on that side and just try and keep the pressure on Nettlemire Gardens, or pardon me, Nettlemire Gardens and Genesis Terraforming? You can keep that front and just kind of hold on to what you have and make sure the NC don't press on you.
I have a question from Lauren, base design wise. You know, when you design these bases, is it part of the thought process of maybe making the defenders pull a defensive sunder to allow them to flank a different way to the point, or are you trying to keep all of the people flowing between the spawn rooms and the point and have a good base flow that way? Because that's all the way we see a point hold be broken is the defenders will set up a sunder at a different angle to allow them to come in and sweep the guys off.
Well, I think a lot of it's just about variety and having different ways you take different bases and having each one kind of being a unique experience and unique strategy. But certainly I've seen different strategies employed that way where you expect to have a defensive Sunday, like Nathan's Defiance, for example. If you pull a defensive Sunday and put it on the south side, it makes it a lot easier to defend that base. And then, of course, that gives an objective for the attackers to take out. Something like Gurney Dam, pulling one out will absolutely help you in that one to get around because it's a long run from the spawn room areas to the point in Gurney Dam. So it definitely varies. But yeah, that's stuff that gets thought about.
Okay.
Just a
The
quick
Terra Republic
interjection.
were pushed off the capture point at Lambda, but it looks like they're heavily contesting it. They still have the spawn sunder on the west side. It's vulnerable because it's the only one, but they have got 60% population, and it looks like they're taking the point back ever so slightly. So they are committing numbers, but the problem is they're forcing their hand at Outpost Lambda when those numbers could be used at Nettlemire because the VS have got the point back. So
Yeah,
they're
it's
going to
19
lose the base
seconds.
for no guarantee.
Yeah, I'm actually here at Nettlemire Gardens, and I do not think that the TR are going to be able to do this in 10 seconds. They are way too far away from the point. There's plenty of maxes staring them down.
The point is that Nettlemire is actually, if you lose it, it's not that big of a deal because it doesn't open up any new lattice links. If they manage to take Outpost Lambda, they open up 2 more places, or, well, a net of 1 more place they can attack the VS. So it hurts the defense more for them to lose Lambda than they gain by getting Nettlemire.
There was a last-second attempt at Nettlemire with TR maxes, and unfortunately, they just didn't kill enough people. We're going to see some TR manage to get onto the point here, but now, unfortunately, they have to try and do their own point hold to get the base back, and I just don't think they have enough people here.
Yeah, we might see some action at the Ziggurat pretty soon. That place is a real meat grinder.
Alright, well,
All
we're
right.
going to leave you guys be, so keep doing a good job, because we're going to go north and check out what's going on with the NC at Awful Pit and Construction Site Beta. So keep the good, guys, and we'll catch you just before the end of the game.
All right, have fun.
User left your channel.
Just a thing, Milan. I've started a Twitch giveaway, and the keyword to get into it is praise Milan. So.
Well, now you give it away, and now everybody knows.
No, that's the point. Everybody's going to type it together.
There we go.
They're all spamming the Twitch chat. That's great.
Oh yeah.
I'm heading over to Lambda. I want to see if this actually goes through.
Alright, see you in a bit, guys.
User left your channel.
All right, so this is a new base that we haven't seen yet. Looks like it. VS, we are catching the tail end of it. That has finally the VS have finally taken over this and have it well in hand at this point. So,
Yeah,
but it's
Lambda.
still- I was going to say, yeah, it still says that it's a 50-50 fight, so that'll be interesting. But we are seeing. It looks like they pushed back into Genesis, and we'll head over there. They have, even though it is a 50-50 fight, it looks like they have all 3 points from how fast it's moving.
Yeah, if it's a 7-minute countdown, they definitely have all 3 points.
It
The
definitely
VS has
is.
a population
Yeah,
there, so
I think at this point the VSR kind of know the drill on how to win this back. The TR never, they always, they let them pull like 3 or 4 Sundays straight, and they just walk around, kill their Sundays, and then roll up on the points, and there's nothing that the TR can do.
Yeah, no. Genesis is a real interesting one because it's really kind of like an arc, and where the defenders are is if the defenders don't kind of cut across over to Charlie or take out some of the spawn points, it's real hard for them to push out of.
Which is exactly what we
Genesis,
see. Yeah, this is exactly what we see them doing right now. We see them taking out the spawns, and now it's just the defenders on C point.
The main defense strategy is really you got to come in with some tanks and blow up those Sundays from the other side, and then you can get a good push going. And it looks like the VS have figured that out because you see a lot of them driving around. At the very least, you bring in your own Sunderer so you get an alternate spawn point.
Yeah, they kind of know the drill at this point, unfortunately. And it looks like TR have massed again for Nettlemeyer Gardens. We'll head back there. And
they're keeping the Ziggurat in Genesis safe. Or they're keeping the Eastern and Ziggurat safe by keeping the pressure on Nettlemeyer and Genesis. It looks like the fight at Lambda was a nice distraction to allow them to kind of get the momentum back on that side of the front.
Yeah, make them, fight them in their territories, not in yours. Good defense is a good offense and whatnot. Yeah, I haven't seen a single base actually change hands. I've been peeking at the northern side.
Yeah, I was just looking at that too.
I haven't seen a single base change hands.
Like that's just it looks like the TR are mostly on the defensive on that front, but they haven't managed to lose anything.
Which is good. I mean, if you on the TR side at least, they have a the Hayden Skydock, the Kessels, the Woodman ASC. Those especially Hayden and Kessels. Those are very defensible bases, and so you can kind of just sit back on those and push elsewhere.
As long as you don't ignore them, you can keep those safe.
Precisely.
But that said, Awful Pit is a tough one to take.
Oh boy,
and,
yeah. We've had some bases. We've had some fights there, that's for sure.
And Hade is difficult to attack from the west, which is what the NC are fighting it from. So I'm kind of not surprised to see this, but see how it goes. Looks like TR are making some gains at construction site, but other than that, nothing really happened in the north.
Speaking of making some gains, I thought that the TR
we
were
got
actually
some Lambda.
I thought the TR was actually pushed off at Nettlemeyer Gardens, but they've actually come back in pretty well. I'm really surprised.
TR are also making a move at Lambda, and VS are making a move at Ixtab Southern Pass.
Interesting. I wonder if it's going to be a game of chicken and who's going to blink first.
There's not a single TR at Ixtab, and there's not very many VS at Lambda. Lambda will finish first, so if...
by how much?
By about 30 or 40 seconds.
That's plenty of time.
Yeah,
plenty of time to get them in, get a max crash going from the spawn room, get gal drops coming in over top. You can do that in 40 seconds.
Yeah, they could secure Lambda and then immediately redeploy to Ixtab. Yeah, that could happen. But and they're also making gains at Nettlemeyer, so VS they got to make some choices. Where are they going to defend?
Yeah, I'm actually here at Nettlemeyer Gardens watching, and I'm actually really impressed with how well they've been able to hold on to this, given
TR still pushing at Genesis as well. So wow, TR is they're giving it a good go across the board here. I'm not seeing I don't even know where the VS are.
It looks like they're. Oh, I see where they are. They're trying to push Fort Drexler. Fort Drexler is the VS is Genesis terraforming. If they can get that, then
they might have redirected some guys over there. And they're 30 seconds away.
Yeah, if I was them, that's exactly what I would do. If TR had the opportunity to take Genesis, exactly, the exact same type of choice to make.
As long as you're not giving up Hade or
exactly.
Hade to do it. Yeah, that's a good choice, good trade.
For the VS,
it looks like the VS might lose a few others though for that trade. They might lose. Well, Nettlemeyer's looks under control.
Yeah, Nettlemeyer's okay, but
Genesis is probably going to be fine, and and Ixtab was just crushed. So
Was
But,
just crushed by the
Lambda's
TR? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Lambda's still going through. So could be that the VS were off getting vehicles, maybe coming back in aircraft or tanks or something.
Yeah, 5 seconds left at Fort Drexler. If they actually get that, that's big. That's really good news for the NC. That's very, very bad news for the NC. That's good news for the VS. Pardon me. That is
Looks like they took
not
it, yeah.
good news. Yeah, that is big news for them because Fort Drexler is so hard to take.
It is the
I know,
first
I've tried.
major large outpost that has been secured in this entire front. We got TR got pretty close to Genesis, but of those initial 4 large outposts in the middle ring,
And
or
the thing
6
about it
large
is you have
outposts, it's the only one
50. You have
taken.
50 minutes now that you can, as the VS, that you can make advances using that. You have 50,
That's big though. That opens up Iron Quay, that opens up Hurricane West, that opens up Gannon East. So taking that one base opened up 3 more for the taking. That's really huge.
Yeah, I'm here watching Lambda right now. This is actually one of the newest bases. So for those of you who know, this is one of the newest bases on Hassan actually, and we see Lasher spam going crazy over here. But the point is very much in the hands of TR, but VS are making a big push. I think they're actually going to be able to get this. They got 50 seconds left, and here's the big push coming in. VS making their move, and there's nothing
Wow,
that
look
TR
at
can
that
do to
lasher
stop them.
spam.
Yeah, if you are
That is
inside that
just-
building, there's nothing you can do when the Lashers come out to play. Yeah, they got this with plenty of time left. Too bad on the hands of the TR. All those people from Fort Drexler, here they come back to Lambda. I'm actually surprised they haven't... Oh, there it goes. I was going to say, I'm surprised they
Oh
haven't
wow,
actually
this is
taken
just
it back
a,
yet.
it's a human wave here going on.
And each and every single one. There are no bots. There are no AI. Each one of those is a single player, guys. This is... We don't fudge the numbers here in Planetside.
Oh, every one of those is a soldier.
So, wow. Fort Drexler going down may be the turning point for this next half hour. So I am looking at Nettlemeyer is still going. Looks like Eastern Substation is getting back capped, while Ixtab Southern is going as well. All of the you see a lot of the VS airball as well. It looks like over at Lambda, so they did not want that to go down. So I mean that's good on TR, I suppose, if that's just a feint. But if you actually wanted to have that, have that go through for one reason or another, then
Well, it still buys TR 2 minutes where all those VS are at Lambda.
precisely.
But there's already a huge amount of VS at Gurney Dam ready to take it over once that goes through. The VS are still holding on to Ixtab South. They're making gains at Eastern, so this whole thing just swung the other way real fast.
I was gonna say,
for the
weren't we
TR.
like 10 minutes ago saying that things were swinging in TR's favor?
I think a lot of the Western Front moved here to the southern Eastern Front because I'm not seeing a whole lot of action happening in VS or TR, or VS or NC over here on the Western Front.
Yeah, it looks like TR have actually pushed back in. It's actually a fight going, pitched battle on the point here. I think the TR have finally resecured. Although I keep saying that, the VS keep sneaking in somehow. Oh, they got a Valkyrie up top.
It's like Gurney Dam could be in real trouble. We got 48 to 96, and it's all VS at Gurney Dam. They can't cap it though for another 2 minutes.
I was going to say, you've got 2 minutes at Outpost Lambda. You've got another 4 minutes before Gurney Dam actually, flips. You can use that time to maybe take Nettlemeyer Gardens, which it looks like they VS have defended
resecure
successfully.
that
Yeah.
one.
You can
It's like
resecure
TR
Eastern.
got Eastern as well.
Exactly.
So I mean, there's multiple outposts here that are in half captured status. So
Correct.
either any one of them could be reinforced by an attacker.
Or a defender even. Yeah. So I'm heading to Nettlemeyer to see how. Looks like VS have cleaned this up.
Wow, take a look at Gurney Dam. You got multiple VS Galaxies just hovering over it. They are all locked in, entrenched, ready to cap.
Gurney Dam's one of my favorite bases. I even really liked the old style of Gurney Dam, but I like the new one even better. Gurney Dam's one of my favorite bases on the continent. I'll try and showcase its massive facade here. I'm trying to drive up this here. Got one Sunder, two Sunders. All right, and two galaxies ready to go. All right, 3 galaxies ready to go. Uh-oh.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
VS are completely
Beach
entrenched in
Valkyrie.
Gurney. They are ready to go.
Uh-oh. Well, they got 2 platoons ready to go here at Gurney Dam. I wonder what the TR plan on doing. If it was me, so how would we take this out? First, probably take out the air, because they've got, I need to screen cap that. I've got four galaxies above each other.
Those galaxies are in easy shot range of the spawn, both spawn rooms with burster maxes, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some burster flak just rip those things apart real fast.
Yeah, burster maxes are anti-flak.
There's not even
maxes.
a single TR in the entire base, so
No. I don't know. Maybe TR are they? I mean, maybe they're trying to push through on something up north or something like that. But it looks like they're actually losing the point again at
X-Tab, yeah.
X-Tab. I thought we'd see. Oh, here they go. They actually flipped the point. Here it goes. So they got 4 minutes here, and they have less than 4 minutes here at X-Tab. So TR is going to have to make a choice here. What do you do? Obviously, you try and take out X-Tab first.
Yeah, Gurney Dam is really strategic for the VS, though. If they get that one, that means they can put pressure on alternate pressure on Hurricane's secure storage, even if the NC start going after Hurricane.
Yeah.
And allows them to go after Nazens and also X-Tab power regulation, so they can come at X-Tab from another direction if they get Gurney. So it's really important for the TR that they hold Gurney, because it keeps Nazens and X-Tab power secure. So you lose one of those, you open up 2 more places. So that's a strategic game for the VS if they can take it. That's probably why they have.
I just saw a very unfortunate gal drop come in, slightly missed on the part of the TR, unfortunately, but they are pushing up. They still got one minute, and got 1 pounder max up top. It might
The
be
TR starting to respond here
a little bit, yeah. So far, not enough. I mean, they've got
There's a mosquito.
They've got galaxies coming in, and they have. You still got to take these. These spawns are way too close. You got to take out those spawns. 40 seconds
mosquito
left.
that's not really getting much attention. Going after the beached Valkyrie. Took out one of the galaxies. He's going down though. Brought down by small arms.
I was gonna say, are you at Gurney?
I'm at Gurney.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
checking out Gurney. Oh, I got a galaxy ramming another galaxy, maybe. PR galaxy just flew in and.
Whoa! Oh, I just got wrecked by a galaxy here.
Oh, another TR galaxy coming in with a VS galaxy chasing it.
Oh, that was nice. That was nicely done. That was some wicked flying
Oh,
there.
yeah, it was a mosquito. We got multiple galaxies overhead. TR definitely responding here. We're seeing gal drops all over. Good fight here at Gurney. And TR matched the population for sure.
Yeah, they did the exact same thing here at, did a really cool couple of tricks, a couple of gal drops, did really well on X-Tab Southern. They were able to
There's a lot of
take that
sides,
over.
though, coming after those TR galaxies, so TR are going to have a narrow window. They can leverage the advantage they just got.
Alright, I'm heading over to Gurney because you're making me jealous. I want to see it.
Yeah, the sides they're shooting down all the galaxies, looks like.
Yeah, but it looks like they're still dug in pretty well.
Yeah, the VS are still dug in very well.
But if just
But
the
the
sheer
TR starting to
fact
come
that they're
in
at
now.
the doors is kind of impressive almost, you know, considering what we saw when the stream was last year.
Yeah, but I think once the galaxies are dealt with by the sides, those sides are probably going to come over and harass all the infantry on the outside of the doors.
There is quite a bit. Oh my goodness, there is quite a bit of VS in here. I'm gonna watch.
The hole at Gurney makes me wish there were Maelstroms in Planetside too. Those were a Planetside 1 weapon that had a chain reaction effect that when it's like chain lightning, it hits one person, it bounces to
nice.
another person. Got a gal drop over top of the point.
Yeah, they're going to need more than one gal drop, though. There are probably 2 squads worth of people inside the point here, and they've got probably at least, I'd say 8 maxes, I would say.
This air power is still pretty strong here. See, Liberator just collided with the scythe and blew it up. That was pretty funny. There's a lot of sides in the air that are providing cover on those points. They all have PPAs spamming away. Full farm engaged. See some maxes coming in. Oh yeah, a lot of TR. Got a max crash moving in. They're pushing in.
Maybe I missed it. Where are they coming in from the?
Yeah, TR
Oh,
all
I see
over that tier. Inside that room.
I see it.
Chain guns. Chain guns. Chain guns everywhere.
Oh, I see it. Oh, it's glorious. Pounders everywhere. Oh, wow. Alright, I'm actually starting to lag out a little bit. I gotta get out of there. There's a ton of folks. Alright, so if you're TR, you sent 100 people to deal with another 100. There were like 200 people in that hex right now. So what did you give up?
Eastern. Looks like what they gave up.
They were able to take the awful pit up top, actually. That's crazy.
That's a very good victory for the TR. Going solid.
Alright, we're heading to Eastern right here.
Eastern's the next big fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Ziggurat heated up, but Nettlemeyer's still in a cap process, so Ziggurat's safe for now.
You know, for as much as we say right now, but I'm still seeing, like, so many people in this hex that I'm not even rendering all of them. Yeah, VS have pushed back in. You know, we assumed that the fight would be done here, but VS are almost at the doors
still
again.
Spawning, yeah, they're pushing in. This Gurney fight is just epic. Hope Guinness can look at this. This is a this is a Planetside battle right here. Gurney Dam is just a meat grinder.
Alright, so now we watch the inside. Can the TR hold where the VS could not?
Every second the VS hold is one less second that the every second the TR hold is one more second the VS have to stay here. So
yeah. Meanwhile,
if they lose
you
the
are
point
losing
again, they can
it.
still.
Meanwhile, you are losing at Eastern Substation. You got 2 minutes here, so.
There's a flood of VS moving into that point. They're going to take that real soon.
Oh yeah. We just watched it. Oof. Oh, that is brutal. They really want this, and I don't blame them.
Seen it change hands once already.
Honestly, I was surprised it changed hands the first time. To be completely honest, I did not expect Gurney Dam to go. Looks like they're still. Alright, I want to go check out Eastern right after this. See if the TR come back. But you got. This is exactly what lashers are great for. You got really nice sightline right here from these heavies. There's the only way you're going to get through here if your TR comes straight from Gal Drop or something, because they have that spawn on lockdown. If you don't know, those little orbs, that's what we like to call them. Those are lashers. That is a VS Empire specific weapon. Why they are known for their dubstep and their lasers.
There's Eastern is looking like it's going to be tough for the TR to secure.
This is looking like it's going to be tough for the TR
They might lose
as well.
both. They need to pick one at this point.
Yeah.
However, the VS.
I was going to say everybody is pushing against the TR right now, which is what I was worried was going to happen. Is 30 minutes in and they are losing Awful Pit. They are losing Woodman ASC. They are losing Gurney Dam. They are losing, pretty much on every single front.
Yeah, the VS don't appear to be fighting the NC anywhere but at Fort Drexler. That's the only place they're fighting, so they're going to lose territory until that double teaming stops.
See? It's not who's winning at the 1 hour mark, it's who's winning at the 2 hour mark. Oh my goodness. Let's peek through there.
Yeah, but VS or NC are pushing on Fort Drexler, so you might see the VS pushing over there to go take care of that.
Yeah, the problem becomes though is that's only a 96 plus fight. The TR have probably 3 or 4 96 plus fights that they have to choose, and it looks like they're going to lose the
Losing Eastern is bad.
Eastern,
Wow.
And Gurney is gone through without a fight. I don't even see a TR to shoot at, and VS are still going through here.
They're pushing on Ixtab Southern as
Good
well.
on
So
them. Good on VS. You took back Gurney Dam, which will very possible. And the only place that they can push on from here is either Nason's or up towards Ixtab. They had already secured Hurricane secure storage. So VS are actually in the lead now with that cap and the eastern substation. VS are actually in the lead now.
they do have to worry about Fort Drexler and Root House both being lost. So the VS are taking the gains, but they're doing it with some risk on a different front. I think they redeployed most of their western front over to the east to deal with these bases.
Yeah, I'm heading into Eastern Substation right now, trying to check that, because it looks like TR actually retook the point, if only for a moment, but I think they just got pushed out again. There's only so much you can do. There's 96-96 here, so...
At this point, Ziggurat's not too terribly important for the TR. Although keeping it allows them to put constant pressure on Eastern and Nettlemire, so it's not a bad one to hold on to.
It's one of those things where, VS are pushing you everywhere, NC are pushing you everywhere. You still have half an hour left. Try and hold where you can, and and hope you can make it up in the last half hour. I'm gonna head over to Ixtab Power.
Yeah, at this point, if you're the force commander, it's about holding on to your best choke points that you got. For example, and holding on to the most strategic positions. Like you cannot lose Woodman. And they reinforced that pretty good, so they know that.
Yeah.
Losing Ixtab is painful as well because it means VS can pressure Woodman, which is not what you want either. But Nason's is also something that can give you a little bit of flexibility to keep pressuring Gurney Dam, or maybe try to go after Broken Vale if you're on the northern front.
Is it one of those things that what was I trying to say? Is it one of those things that Nason's is almost more of a hindrance than it is than a benefit for you at this point?
It can be, but I think it's ultimately a benefit because it's a large outpost. It makes it hard to take, and because its direct strategic benefit is kind of minor, it's hard to justify putting a really large force there to take it. It's not as critical as Genesis terraforming, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But it does allow you to put constant pressure on Gurney. Like right now, they're pushing on Ixtab Power, a lot of VS over there. But because of Nason's, TR can still go after Gurney.
I'm going to be very impressed if TR can actually hold this, or actually push through this Ixtab Power, because VS they have put Sunderers where Sunderers should not be placed, literally right on the point here, and there's Lasher spam coming right on that spawn.
What I'm surprised about is the VS are not pushing the NC front. I mean, they took a major strategic point at Fort Drexler, and they're not pushing it.
Because they didn't need to. Because TR.
I think what we might see is, unless the TR keep up the constant pressure on the VS on the east, I think we might see VS go for a land grab in the western frontier within probably the last 15 minutes. I think you'll see them try to push Iron Quay and Gannon East and those two places.
Yeah, it looks like TR actually lost Acon Storage Depot, believe it or not, which is crazy. But that's what you get when your entire front is being pushed. You got to give up somewhere.
Yeah, I mean that's expected. Eastern Aiken is unfortunate to lose, but they consolidated at Hade Skydock, which is really where they need to be. Hade and Kessels are the two places they really can't lose that. As long as they hold those two, you're solid.
TR are making a play on Ixtab power right here. I'm gonna follow them in here.
For the first time in the match here, we might actually have a fight at Neezen's Defiance. We'll check that one out.
There's 30 minutes left in the alert. 30 minutes, half an hour to go.
All right, wow. TR made a game of it, and they've actually been able to push through, so point is being contested, which is very impressive. TR made their max crash happen, but at what cost? At what cost? Big fight at the Ziggurat. We haven't been on that base before. Let's go check.
Oh yeah,
that
let's
out.
check that one out.
Ziggurat's one of my favorite bases as well. It's so cool looking. Blood for the blood gods.
Yeah, that was another Xander base.
I know he was really proud of. Whoa! I just fell through the earth.
After that, I can't remember the name of it. Place in Thailand. Yeah, major historical landmark in Thailand that's kind of modeled after.
Really? Okay. Somebody in Twitch chat, go find what it's modeled after.
Kuala Lumpur or something like that. I'm probably butchering
okay.
the pronunciation.
Yeah. Well, I am seeing. It looks like TR actually were able to take out all of the Sunders, so they've been cleaning up the Ziggurat. But yeah, we can showcase Ziggurat here real quick. It's a pretty cool base. Got a whole bunch of Xanderisms going on. Everybody take a shot. All right, let's go.
Find the leaning barrel. Leaning barrel here somewhere.
Yep.
Leaning crate.
I am seeing TR make a big push onto Eastern right now. I'm gonna check that out.
Like they're securing Ixtab and Nazens as well. Ixtab Southern still under contention. TR looked like they could be holding.
Things have stabilized just a little bit.
They
Yeah.
may have recovered. The NC have definitely picked up their fighting at Root House Distillery.
Mm-hmm.
I got a funny one. Root House.
This is so
Distillery.
close.
It's actually kind of themed after Roadhouse. It's meant to be a pub out in the swamp.
I was gonna say, is it like meant to be like I know distillery, obviously.
The Roadhouse. Patrick Swayze movie.
I'm like 27, and I haven't seen that movie, so I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
Twitch Cat can like crucify me for that. I'm so sorry. Is that something I should have watched? I do watch quite a bit of television, and that is not one of them. So sorry, Twitch Chat. But yeah, actually, Eastern looks really well done by the TR. They have probably 2 platoons here at Eastern to try and take this back. They have a platoon at Nettlemeyer Gardens trying to push on that. So I think everybody looked at the map and were like, oh crap, VS are winning. Let's see what we can do. They are losing Woodman ASC Labs, and it does look like of all the bases that Ixtab Power might be the hottest contested one. Really like the fights we've seen here at Ixtab Power and Ixtab Southern. I really like them.
Yeah, both the Ixtab bases are going down. They're also losing Woodman ASE. It's going to be a tough time for the TR, but I think the VS might have some problems against the NC in the Southwest.
I think TR are about to have some problems here at Ixtab Power. Although I did say that last time, and they were able to push it out, but they do have this time. VS have quite a bit of air power in the skies. I see 1, 2, 3 galaxies for NC, or pardon me, VS, and multiple Sunderers. With 1 minute left to go, this is going to be a tough sell for the TR. The thing is, they have so many people at Eastern Substation not doing a single thing. Unfortunately, they're going to gain 1 but lose 2 if things go things keep on this way. And maybe even Woodman ASC. This is going to be
A lot
close.
of VS air power at
Another max
X-Tab.
crash coming in by the TR. This is great to see. Looks like they actually were able to re-secure. Now it's just a question of, do the VS respawn in those gals, come right back at them. 1 minute 30 left on X-Tab Southern. I'm going to go head over there.
Looks like the VS are getting some more pressure at Vital and attacking storage even. Yeah, NC are pushing back over there.
I was going to say NC we're so far down in the first half, and now you know they may be the ones to come back and take it.
Getting Root House Distillery was pretty important for the NC because it opened up Taken and Vital, allowed them to bypass Fort Drexler as a choke point. And they also took Hurricane Secure, and so they're putting Hurricane at risk now. So the VS kind of got to respond and deal with that, and that might ease up some pressure on the TR for these two bases.
I think the VS finally realized what they need to do, and what they need to do is lashers, because I am seeing probably 24 lashers going right out of spawn point at the moment, and it is something to see.
Well, if they secure X-Tab, or as long as the TR hold X-Tab, if they gain Eastern and lose Southern, it's kind of still a wash. They can still access Genesis. Although taking Genesis at this point is kind of not really practical. It's going to take them about as much time as you got left in the match to do it. At this point, they should be going after those small outposts and try to gobble as many as they can.
Yeah, there is no... I don't know what TR are going to do for X-Tab Southern.
VS have power regulation as well. In spite of it, oh, they reinforced power regulation big time.
Yeah, we got 18 seconds here at... I think the call went out, at least for this platoon, is, you know, if you can't shoot him because you can't see him, just spam lashers.
Like the TR taking back Woodman ASE, holding Hayes Skydog and holding Kessels for the moment.
Wow.
Looks
All
like they're
right,
going to lose.
Trojan Troll. Well played, Trojan Troll. That's the outfit that looks like... Alright, so going in... Yeah, I think the TR made the decision that they needed to save something up north. And
Oh wow, look at all this lasher spam.
that's what I was saying, dude.
This is
Like,
the choke point of lasher spam, which is just
the call went
awful.
out.
This is why AoE weapons are bad in the game.
You heard it here, folks. Lasher OP. Please nerf.
In large numbers, absolutely.
Yeah, right now it looks like the call went out for the call went out on this platoon as well, because there is just lashers everywhere, and the TR are just getting mowed down.
Looking at the territory percentage, VS or NC are the ones in the lead at the moment. So, I mean, if you're VS, going after the TR at this point any more than what you already got is
I mean,
not a really wise
taking
move.
out any, you know, gaining any
Basically, yeah,
base
they
no
just need
matter
to
where
hold.
it's at.
I mean, once they get X-Tab, they just need to hold, but I mean, if they take one from the NC, it's worth twice as much towards victory than if they take one from the TR. So, at this point, they just need to hold what they got.
There goes RPS taking out the X-Tab power regulation, and we haven't seen those bases under contention. You know, we haven't seen
A while,
X-Tab
yeah.
amp station out under contention in a really long time.
Yeah, it's because they held Gurney from the west and had that constant pressure on Genesis terraforming for the better part of an hour.
Yeah, 21
Six
minutes
and alcohol,
left.
please restart your stream overlays. You now have map timeline.
Okay, stream overlay, got it.
It looks like TR are holding in the north, and they're I think they should be able to hold what they've got at this point. The number of bases they have to defend is actually decreased slightly.
Yeah, once you go, I mean, at the end of the day, though, you want the territory, and you're in third, you know? You got 20 minutes, though. So find every 4-point or every single point base, 1 minute cap, and go for it. You know, I think honestly the bases that they'll want to take back are the ones they just lost at Ixtab Southern and Ixtab Power Regulation. Those are probably the easiest. Maybe Nettlemeyer Gardens as well. Those are probably the easiest ones to retake.
Yeah, but now the VS and NC really have incentive to
20
take
minutes to
something
go in the
from each
match,
other.
guys. 20 minutes.
They're both tied right now, and you know, maybe their strategy is take another base from the TR, and maybe they'll get it. But they take one from each other, and that secures the game right there. So I'm not going to be surprised to see a lot of VS population head over to the
I don't
west.
know if you're over here, but we are seeing probably Sunday Ball versus Sunday Ball as the VS are spawning their Sunderers. Oh my goodness. I have never seen this. I played this game for 2 years, and I have never seen this happen before. That is absolutely crazy. Looking at the mini-map right now is just... Oh, it's just brutal. Ixtab Southern, or Ixtab Power. Oh, that is just brutal. They probably spawned about 8 or 9 Sunderers, and only 2 of them left alive by the end.
Well, looks like there's a Prowler and Lightning firing squad over here.
Yeah, pretty much. Just, oh my goodness. Oh, that was brutal. Did they escape? Were they able to escape? Well, one Lightning was.
The VS are hot dropping in on those tanks to blow them up. They got a beacon down or something, or they popped out of the Sunday.
Oh, that is absolutely brutal. They're on the point, though. They are out-popped. TR looks... Yeah, I think TR listened, heard me on stream, and they definitely put pressure on Ixtab Southern.
It's a bit too late now. They got to make sure they keep the ziggurat. And
they retook it. It looks like they're resecuring
the main thing
it.
the TR could do at this point, I mean, it doesn't look like at the time frame they got, as long as the pressure is what it is, it doesn't look like they're going to win. But one of the things they can do is deny the VS the win by constantly putting the pressure on them, forcing them to commit troops to Ixtab area while the NC make gains elsewhere.
It's
about all they could hope for.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, you know, you got more than 15 minutes left. You can cap any base. Theoretically, you can cap any base you want to on the continent. It's just...
Where's your big bang for your buck? Like, if you look right now, because the NC or the VS are still fighting the TR at Ixtab area, and they're trying to put it on Ixtab Amp Station for some reason. I can't figure out why they're trying to do that, but they're trying to get it onto Ixtab when the VIA and the NC behind them are taking Gurney, and that's going to hurt a lot more than if they had lost both Ixtabs to TR. So in 2 minutes, we'll see if the NC's little sneak attack on Gurney is it gonna go through.
Yeah, I'm seeing the VS have lashers, TR have chain guns, and that's what I'm seeing right now is just chain gun spam right on that spawn room.
Other points that's going on is the Fort Drexler is going down to the NC as well. So VS got problems elsewhere that they may have done themselves in by overcommitting to the TR.
At this point, there is 15 minutes left. It is still anyone's game. It is close enough that
it's close.
One or two territories, one way or the other, is going to decide this. Which
You
is
never
what
know.
we
TR
we
could
always
pull
see
the
with
Seahawks here. You never know.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. I remember you were pretty excited about that, weren't you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now we have chain guns versus lashers. Who will win?
Depends on how many chain guns and how many lashers.
Exactly. That's what we're seeing right now. We are seeing that VS are starting to make some gains in terms of getting closer to the spawn, or out of their spawn, I should say. It's a 50-50 fight here, but there's over a minute and a half left that the TR have to hold.
Yeah, the VS look like they pulled a bit out of Ixtab power regulation. And TR making gains at Ixtab South and power because the VS had to go respond to Fort Drexler and Root House. They had to, their western front had to return to the western front, basically, is what happened here. They're still going to, looks like they're going to lose Gurney. They only got 50 seconds on it. They lose that, and they have to deal with Lambda and other problems.
Oof.
Given a tactical error by the VS to push too hard into Ixtab. They made some great gains, but they may have pushed too much.
Yeah, territory is territory, yeah.
It's as you said before. It's all that matters is who wins at the end, and if you take too much or you overreach the wrong time, then
Yeah, I think that they at least at the base that we're at, they definitely retook what they needed to retake. I saw a big max crash come in, coming in from the VS, and they have just absolutely decimated all before them. And you can guys, everybody you see right here, that is, these are all people from all over the world, whether it's from Europe, East Coast, West Coast, Australia, Russia, I know we even have people from, all over the world playing here, and these are not bots. These are not AI little substitutions. These are actual people. It's absolutely incredible, absolutely seeing this all the time. It never gets old. All right, I'm going back to, it looks like they lost Gurney, damn. Oh, wow. All right, X-Tab, power regulation.
And Drexler's still being contested. X-Tab power looks pretty solidly in TR hands, and TR is also pushing Nettlemeyer, so the tide has turned again.
It's all who's there at the end, yeah.
And TR looks like they did a last-minute save at Kessel's. And got pressure on construction site beta. All these fights are pretty even, so it's pretty intense. Can't really afford to have lopsided fights really much in this situation. Commit just as many troops as you need to win, and not a
you just want to have
soldier
one
more.
Yeah, exactly. You want to have one more than the other guy.
Not necessarily. I mean, you can. It's not all about population. Some of it's positioning and logistics, but generally speaking, you just don't want to overcommit. It's kind of hard with the rapid redeploy. What is the correct number of reinforcements right now? It's not the right number 5 seconds from now. It's kind of the real impact of the redeploy side is just the fights can be very volatile.
Yeah, speaking of volatile, there is 1.5 minutes left on X-Tab power regulation. Not seeing the VS presence here that is necessary just yet, although they may...
They have picked up a bit. They've picked up a bit. And they're pressing on Eastern again.
Mm-hmm.
They've resecured Nettlemeyer.
Thing about it is you have plenty of time as TR to take power regulation and then go and secure whatever you need over at Eastern.
Fortunately for the VS is what they need to be doing is going after Gurney, because they're down 30. NC have 35% right now at 12 minutes left, and they have 32%. They're not going to gain that out unless they take territory from the NC. They have to swing that. They have to move territory from their column and take it away from NC at the same time. Taking away from TR is just not going to do any good.
I wonder if TR are going to be taking anything away from the NC. It doesn't. Honestly, it doesn't look like it. I think the TR are pushing pretty much
looks like
in the south.
The big fight now is in the southwest.
30 seconds. If you're TR, you have too many people here at X-Tab power regulation. You have 2 platoons. You'll probably need half those guys, and you can send them to.
But I mean, I think at this point, what the TR can go for is, I mean, there's always the Hail Mary, I suppose, but I think TR are fighting to not be last place right now. they're taking this stuff away from the VS to punish them, and that's what they're probably to do. Punish the spandex.
Yeah, 5 seconds left. TR got that, and now pushing back into. Do you push through and take X-Tab Southern, or do you go and try and steer substation, or maybe try and both? If you can make it happen.
I think you take Southern, and you got to save Eastern though.
10 minutes left. Oof.
They have the forces over at Eastern. It's just can they get to the point in time?
NC. NC, I don't know. NC are doing really, really well. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to catch them at this point.
Yeah, no, I mean, basically what needs to happen is the tide where TR goes and goes after NC, and VS both go after NC, and then they might be able to get a couple territories when NC's a little stretched thin, but that's not happening. What's happening is TR and VS are staying committed to each other, much to the detriment of both of them.
Yeah, well, I think it's like, you know, you look at the map and you look at what can I take in 10 minutes? Okay, you know, I can either butt my head against a Biolab or Fort Drexler or something like that, or I can, you know, try and take these outlier bases.
10 minutes left in the match. 10 minutes to go.
40 seconds left on Southern. Looks like TR are going to get X-Tab back.
I'm looking at it too, yeah. They got plenty of maxes here, that's for sure.
And looks like Eastern is flipping back. TR might hold on to that. And all
Yeah,
said
but
and done,
unfortunately, they need to be taking bases against the NC. You know, not
yeah,
the
I mean,
VS.
both of these factions do, but it's the prisoner dilemma. It requires
Exactly.
it requires both the VS and the NC to.
Game theory at its finest.
Yep. It's the classic prisoner dilemma. It's right here. It's happening in real time.
Well, and you know, I think that's one of the reasons I absolutely love Planetside is you always have that X factor, that third faction. You know, it's not just me versus you. It's me versus you. But oh crap, you know, what's that other guy doing? Then you always got to make sure that. Oh, are they actually gonna hold on to this? Oh, there it goes. Cobalt TR.
NC Ziggurat needs immediate reinforcement for the TR now. They're VS just kind of spammed it. That one's hard to take back once they're entrenched because you're fighting uphill. But NC going after Lambda now, so they're punishing them for the Gurney Dam loss.
Yeah. And if you're NC, what do you have? The Awful Pit. That's very defensible. You have Construction Site Beta, which is pretty gosh darn defensible as well. You have Acon
Storage
Data.
Depot is also pretty good.
Everything along their northern front is very defensible. So you can.
And worst case, they lose East Aiken. They fall back to a biolab. So.
Yeah. So I totally agree that, you know, if I'm NC, I'm like, okay, that is totally fine for us.
Yeah, basically what would need to happen is most of the TR that are on the southern front or eastern front need to go to the northern front. And same thing for the VS. Eastern goes to western.
Yeah, but is that really useful?
But you never know. I mean, I'm just looking at the territory control right now. TR at 34% and NC is 35. So
you just got to take one more, or
if,
NC or VS have to take one more.
If VS gain any ground against NC, then TR could actually win this.
Where would they do it though? I'm looking. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Chad. I know I'm like staring at the map. I want to know. I'm staring at the map so much, but honestly, it looks like VS are getting pushed in on all of their fronts. Even Gurney Dam, the TR are there, and not the VS.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, yeah. If TR can commit to Gurney. It's tough. I mean, there's a lot of things being contested right now, and it's going to come down to the wire. Getting those X-Tab bases back really helped the TR. They also got Eastern back.
Yeah.
So getting those three back really moved the needle there.
I think honestly, I think Cobalt made their move, or Cobalt. I think VS made their move probably about 20 minutes too early.
Yeah, they made it a little too soon.
TR made their move about an hour and a half too early. Alright, looks like they got the Ziggurat back, but there was a gal drop that just came in from the VS. I'm gonna watch the TR actually push through. That is not what you want to do, Mr. Max.
Kessels could be a defining base fight right now.
Definitely. Hell, at this point, any base is a defining base fight, really.
I mean, particularly between the NC and the TR.
Yeah. All right.
Anything that the NC take is pretty much going to seal the deal at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check out Gurney Dam. I think that may break it one way or the other.
Yeah, Gurney Dam could be the
5 minutes left.
The big fight, yeah. Once we reach the 4-minute point.
Yeah, that is not necessarily the base I want to be attacking to win the game, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. There's 5 minutes left. At some point, you gotta send all your boys. There you go. Wow, you can definitely tell that big fights are happening over here. Yeah, NC have Gurney Dam locked really,
Yeah,
really low.
ASC Labs is going down too.
Oof. Can't take it.
VS
I
was
see-
trying to hold on to what they got against NC in the south. But really, I think it comes down to Gurney and Woodman
Gurney
and
is
Kessel.
there. I'm looking at Gurney, and there's like no way that TR are getting any. It looks, at least, the way that NC have got this set up, that they're getting anywhere close.
Yeah, Kessels and Woodman are both going down, and even though TR had the population of Woodman, that's one of those ones where the cap point is a little attacker friendly, so it's
Yeah.
tough for the defenders to get there. And Kessels, VS or NC have a pretty good population advantage there. Ziggurat is also still going down, so is Eastern, so the VS may pull up
Yeah.
a move into second
I was
place
gonna
here
say you
the
still
last
got
second.
4 minutes left. You can. There are plenty of scenarios where anybody can win right now. 4 minutes
Well,
left.
I'm not sure anybody can win. I think it's solidly in NC's hands at this point.
Really, even if VS take 2 more territories.
They're not going to take them from the VS.
4 minutes left in the match. 4
That's not
minutes to
enough
go.
for them to go from 30 to 36% or whatever they need.
Oh, so many Sunderers in here. Oh my goodness.
At this point, VS and NC are fighting to who's going to be second place and who's going to be dead last.
I am watching Eastern Substation right now, and I think there are more Sunderers than actual infantry players at this base right now. I would not want to be a TR that's heading through this door.
At East Aiken possibly going down, Woodman ASC being resecured, Ixtab being taken, Eastern Substation being taken, Cigarette being taken. There's like 5 fights now in
Could
contested.
be anywhere. Yeah.
Pretty critical, yeah. But I think the key point is that all these fights are defensive for TR, with the exception of East Aiken, and they're going to lose Kessels.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're going to lose Kessels.
Oh
It's like,
wow. Yeah, you're right.
that would seal it for NC, I think, once they get that one. Then they can lose Aiken, it won't matter. But Root House is going down, though. It's hard to say. Root House
Yeah,
is
but
going down.
I'm looking at
So is Hurricane.
I'm looking at Eastern right now, and while they
all
were able
down
to
to the
take out
wire.
quite a bit, I mean, you still got so many people in here for 1.5 minutes.
All down to the wire right now.
Yeah, and they gave up on the Ziggurat, it looks like, to retake Eastern Substation. Oh my goodness. TR finally came in and pushed on Eastern. They were able to get in here. Alright, let's go
Okay.
check out Ziggurat.
Gruts looks that one's a really hard one to push back in. Once the defenders lose it, it's really hard to push back in.
Alright, where is Ziggurat? There it is. Whoop. Flying right in. Oh my goodness.
Took a minute for everything to load for me.
Yeah, that's you almost don't want to go
Yeah,
in
Ziggurat,
too
there's no way
fast.
that TR are going to save that. This is one where I mentioned earlier where the high ground is everything. Like, the cap point is the high ground, so once you take the cap point, you've got great firing position on everywhere that the defenders can come from. And the same is true when you're attacking. If it's actually being defended, you have a real tough time taking the Ziggurat. But once you lock down that cap point, it's real hard to get it back.
Yeah. Yeah, Ziggurat, I can't even imagine. 50 seconds left. GG.
Even Eastern's been reinforced by VS. And Woodman got a second push from both VS and TR. Woodman might be the place to check out for the last 30 seconds.
I was gonna say they saved Kessel's with like 5 seconds. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say they were on the point for 3 seconds.
They're still on it. It hasn't gone through yet. There's some brutal fighting going on at Kessel's.
It's not our
Go to
league.
Kessel's.
Can't be there.
Ah! Best fight right now.
I know.
Oh, the VNC got it.
Wow. Well, I'm sure somebody was watching it.
I hope
There
someone
we
was watching
go.
that.